Yo, yo,
Hello.
yo.
Yo,
What's
yo,
up,
yo.
brother?
Good evening, Jonathan. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Been
That
chilling
is
most of the day. Got my new phone, iPhone 12.
hey, nicely done.
yeah,
done.
man. Good to
That
be on the
is
multicast, man.
all good. Welcome to the Multicast. New iPhone 12 to the Multicast. Wonderful.
Yes, yeah.
Hopefully
Surprised
better
you
sounding.
didn't do the didn't do the Stormzy thing, bro. What's he saying again?
What? Shut
iPhone
up.
2. Was he saying
Oh
the
yeah,
iPhone 2?
paintings on my iPhone 2. That's it.
yeah. iPhone 1, 2. Sorry, man.
Funny guy, man.
Sorry,
Funny
man.
guy.
Cheese. Johnny Cheese. There you go. I'm here all day. Man, how are you,
Oh
bro?
man, I'm good, man. I'm good. I only just came in about 20 minutes ago or so. So if you excuse me, when you're talking, I might be chewing on my dinner. So
Oh, no worries, bro.
again,
Chill away. Sorry for the
again,
audience, though.
no, that's all right. But no, this is more of a freestyle anyhow, just talking about how life is and stuff, It's just generic talk, so there's no like script or anything there. It's just our opinions. And obviously, anyone who is viewing, your opinion can be added in as well, of course. And
Always.
also for future, hopefully these shows we're doing now, we just re-upload them up to YouTube. So if you missed them, you can check it out there. Because I understand some people, especially older audience and stuff, who's not really too familiar with apps and stuff, they could just obviously click on YouTube, whether they're going to work or in the evening, they just play back the podcast, They can be driving at work or on their lunch break, just listen to it. Or even at work, if they have the choice of putting their headphones in while they're working, they can just listen to us in the background. So we will try and do that for the future. And of course, I did a little poll on Insta. So far, everyone has selected yes, we want a YouTube version of the show. So that is something we will be working on.
I was one of them votes, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, I'll sneak my opinion in here. There you go. There we go.
There you go.
Anonymous. No, that one of them was me. But yeah.
That's
Sorry,
wonderful.
bro.
But yeah, I think it's the thing to do anyhow.
Definitely.
YouTube's so diverse. I think anyone can access YouTube. Whereas stereo, obviously, it's a growing platform now. And I'm surprised how a lot of people have downloaded the app to view our show.
Mate, really the same.
Guys.
Appreciate that much.
Big up the love there. And obviously, we'll make it a lot easier for you lot for YouTube access then. Yeah.
Hey.
So on the topic.
Go on, my bad.
I was just saying on the topic, obviously we're talking about our days and stuff. I just had a long day at work. But just lately, you just see society and stuff. Obviously, COVID now is not obviously the best scenario and stuff. But when you think about kids and stuff growing up into the future, you just think to yourself, how would you teach them? How should you live life? What is the way of living life? A lot of people would say, obviously, you want to live your life. What makes you truly happy is the way to live. But what is that? Do you just go to school? Well, I feel personally, Johnny, I don't know about you. Obviously, you can have your thoughts on this. But I feel that in today's society, for the past 10 years or so within, the goal is sort of, you go, obviously you go to school as a kid. Some kids do, some don't. But obviously the main generic, vast majority of people, you go to school, do well in your GCSEs and SATs, and then obviously you go to college, and from there, well, even in America, sometimes we have some US audience here, so obviously college is university. So down here we call it university. So you go to college or uni, get yourself a degree, and then obviously you get a job, and then obviously you might find yourself a partner, and then from there, get yourself a house potentially, and then have some kids. And then it seems like that's sort of that's the way life should be. Some people, fair enough, they thrive for that. If that's what they want, then by all means, that's fine. But I feel like it's sort of that's the way you should live life, and in school, they kind of teach you that way. And do you have any thoughts on the? I've got a million things to talk about, but I'm going to give you a chance here, bro.
Man, you said a lot, but I was trying to grasp what I believe. I'm going to go for a lot of it. Is that a lot of good stuff? You said a lot of good stuff. I'm not saying a lot was bad. I said a lot is good stuff. When you talk about, I'm going to go shut back when you said about school. in school, bro, like it's good and bad. It's good, but your parents and the teachers, well, good teachers, you can't put it all in the teachers, but good
Yeah.
teachers will ask their kid like, what do you want to do when you grow up? And that should be always the question to the kids: what do you want to be when you grow up? And some people say, oh, I want to be a fireman. Some people say, oh, I want to be, I don't know, it could be even silly stuff. Even people say that I want to be
Policeman
some people say
or
I want to be a
banker.
crocodile. I say some
Yeah,
silly stuff as
exactly.
kids. You know what I mean? But like, when they say what you enjoy, people say, oh, football or like race driver, like you said, even spaceman. It's like, anything can be achieved. And someone said this: you got to reach for the stars, to get far in life. Because it doesn't matter like if you don't reach destination. Like say like you reach that, oh, I want to be an astronaut, and you reach that far, and then somehow you work in something to do with space. Is that a fail? No, you've gone further than
Of course.
someone
Of
who
course
didn't
not, I
have.
don't say.
Do you know what I mean, bro? Like aspirations. But also you should
At
have
least you tried.
reality. Yeah, exactly. But I think reality is truth as well. So your parents and family should say, right, okay, what is going to be funding your goal? What's going to be funding your goal? So you need to be
That's very
reality.
true.
Like, what's your job? What are you good at? What can you do? Is qualifications going to be worth it? Like for instance, I wanted to do MMA, anything to do with MMA. Maybe I could have done sports science, or I could have done something in college, university, something to do into that area. Maybe management. Later down the line, when I do coaching, I'll probably do courses then. But personally, myself, I didn't. I looked at the college, I looked at uni, and there was nothing for me personally. So when I was in school, there was
That's
nothing
fair.
like there was nothing for me that I knew I was going to do security. I knew I was going to go into security. I knew, oh, you only need like a 1 week course. So I was like, okay, I'm sorted. Don't need to do any of this at work, at school. So I swing on my chair most of the time. I think I already know what I was going to do. Probably bad and whatever. But there was nothing. I thought to myself, well, hang on, I'm dyslexic. I can't do any stuff. So my mindset was,
Not necessarily, but I have a language disorder,
bro,
which is a
I
form
know.
of dyslexia, and I've got a degree.
I know, bro. I know you're saying degree, but do you want it when it came to like writing, how slow I was? Like when it came to
Bro,
writing,
I'm slow, right? I'm a terrible writer.
bro.
But that's the thing.
You
That's the
did do
thing.
well.
That's what I don't like. How it's a bit like I'm not. I'm not slating you out here or calling you out. But like, I
No,
don't
call it
like
how
how
it
some
is. Call it how it is, bro.
I mean, I just don't like how some dyslexic people. I couldn't even say the words. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
struggle to pronounce words. I don't like how some dyslexic people, just think to themselves, oh, I'm dyslexic. People will write me off. So therefore, there's no point even trying because it's pointless.
I did think like that. I did, and I still kind of think like, well, to me personally, I feel like, what's the point in me going in a area where it's good, where like, unless it's like an area I enjoy, which most of it I didn't. I mean, the most stuff I learned from is from videos. I learned from actual talking.
Visual
I've
learner,
actually,
just like me, yeah.
yeah, I don't learn from looking at books. I don't learn at things like this. I look at visually learning. That's why, when we do like stuff on Messenger, I chuck loads of videos in. I chuck a little bit of writing, but most of it's all video.
Bit like how I voice record and WhatsApp.
Yeah, exactly. I'm visual. I learned from that. I learned from face to face videos, anything. That's what I learned. And most of school, it was all write this book, read out this book, write this book. And I was like, well, there's no point. There's no point. You could chuck me here all day. I'll take out nothing. If you talk to me, teacher. Start telling me, okay, I'll speak to you, a conversation. I will learn. If you start making me read out this book and looking at stuff, I didn't know mate. Do you know what's so funny? I'll say this out loud now because I'm part of school. Yeah, I thought, okay, I'm gonna cheat. Yeah, bruv. I took the book here with all the answers. Yeah, and how like I stole this book. It was like really worth loads of money. Should have done it. I was a kid. Should have done it. But I stole this book. Yeah, bro, worth a lot of money. Guess what? I didn't even do it. I looked at it and thought, oh, this is horrible. Didn't understand it. And this is the stuff that's giving me the answers. So I got the book that's meant to be cheat and meant to digest everything a lot easier. And I couldn't do it like that. But enough about me. But that's what, to me, though.
Can I ask you a question?
Go on, bro.
Because I know we've had this topic or your views in schools and stuff. Do you see school as more of an experience, a life experience, than an actual learning education?
Yeah. It's live fire, isn't it? It's live fire.
I know. I'm just saying. Is that what? Do you see it? I'm saying. Do you see it as a experience more than the educational system? Then
definitely. Only time I feel like it wasn't stuff. It was when you had certain people actually. Yeah, actually, no, I don't even think it's real to life, bro. I don't think that's even good to life because it's nothing like life at all. Personally, in life, you have in when I was in school, I felt like school was digesting it. This is life. Do you know what I mean? When it's
Yeah,
not life, yeah. Like I saw outside the box, you know. So and I saw ways that what I thought was where I was going to go. And when I had teachers like talk to me like, Johnny, what are you talking about? This is ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? I had people
yeah,
from the get go, this is ridiculous. But I'm not saying to knock school for everybody. I'm saying if say you want to be a scientist, yeah, or anything to do with science or
yeah,
medical health wise, school is fantastic because you could pick up stuff what you like and you can go for it. But it's only for selective. Not everybody from school picks up on that. Do you know what I mean? So like you could
yeah.
have someone who's like a amazing high school wrestler. In if you're an amazing high school wrestler and you live in the UK, that's not going to work out for you because it's not in college, it's not in this sort of stuff.
Yeah, I
Whereas in
suppose so.
America, if you're in America, you can study high school America, you can study wrestling, you can get scholarships for like basketball, you can get scholarships for like loads of
Yeah,
different subjects.
basketball, football, or soccer, they
Yes,
call it down there.
yes,
American football. Yeah, mainly like hockey, American football, wrestling,
yeah,
basketball. America's very hot on that.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're
Whereas in the
very hot
UK,
on
we're
that.
very limited. So if
Yeah,
you're in the limited, like academically, if you're limitedly in that, fantastic. You're going to shoot for the stars. You got you know what you're going to go for. You got your degree, and that's not just us. It's like
exactly.
anywhere. It's probably folks in it, like in other systems that singles out people who got amazing qualities, and it won't shine it in school. But again, it doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means that if you know what you're good at, you need to look because now we got. You about to say you got internet now. You got YouTube, so you can shine.
Yeah, it's a
You
lot
can shine
easier for
bright.
us. Exactly. Or younger generations, rather.
Yes.
Just a quick one, bro. Do you find that schools, or back like in secondary school, kind of in it? So we had major subjects. We had like maths, English,
Yeah.
etc. But we also had I dare say it, the low-key subjects, the playful subjects, the sort of fun subjects, which was like music, which was like art,
Yeah.
PE, and that sort of thing. Now, do you find in school how like when people say, "Oh, I want to be this and this and older," they don't encourage people. Like in school, they wouldn't encourage you to be like an artist or your art teacher would, but like those subjects weren't considered serious subjects. Like, if you
No,
said
no.
like as a year 7, or even like a year 9, I want to be a musician when I'm older. Again, I don't get the impression where like teachers would sort of push you to go towards that, if that made sense.
Yeah, I
It was
know,
more
I
of a
know.
case of, go something a bit more realistic. You know what I mean? Like, go for like a day job or work at a bank,
Yeah.
or along the lines. You don't really get pushed to sort of do those outside the
And then
box sort
again,
of jobs.
unless you're in like certain schools, like you got certain schools in London where like Amy Winehouse came out of, and
Brit school.
Lily Allen, and
Yeah, the
who's the other
Brit
one?
school.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's school.
Yeah, that's around the corner from me.
Is it? Wow, it's exactly. So
Yeah.
like schools like that, they can push. So it's not all in, man. It's just the what's the word? It's what's that? What's called? What's that thing? It's just different schools have got their own like thing that's going to help towards us. But so basically, the parents know what their kids going to do. The parents can push them in that industry. Should we listen to the voice message, bro?
Yeah, sure. Hit it.
If it's playing, bro, how'd you play it now?
Yo, what's going on, guys? I just hopped in on the conversation, but I've got to say, school, it's BS, to be honest. It doesn't help you in any shape or form, apart from reading and writing and, like, mathematics. Like, 80 to 90% of it is useless. Like, it doesn't really help you with, like, real life things like bills, taxes, how to manage your money, life skills, you know what I mean? But then we spend so much of our time at school, but we hardly get anything in return.
Can I answer that one, John?
What's that, bro?
Can I answer that?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so a few things to cover on that. Again, this is where I think where school could be more of a experience rather than a learning educational system. Like, you meet different characters, obviously, at a young age. I know they're only kids, but it kind of, in somewhat way, prepares you for the world you see. And also, I do agree, like, I do think that school should do something like teaching you how to, get a mortgage and etc. That sort of stuff's, sort of left out. We need to know. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not even 100% how mortgages run. Do you know where I'm coming from? Like, you should know that. And I also feel like school sort of, it takes away the real life stuff. You can go to school your whole life, and then, school wouldn't encourage you to work on a construction site or something like that, because they'd be like, oh, why would you want to do that for? That sort of thing. Or any sort of labor jobs. That was considered as someone with no qualifications and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, man, I know a lot of people work in labor and stuff on construction site, and they are all minted. See where I'm coming from? Like, they didn't spend like 5-7 years doing a degree and stuff. And this is talking for someone who spent 4 years doing a degree, and they're better off, way better off than I am, are better off. Even older ones, when they were my age, they probably had kids
but
already.
I've seen what you can do,
money.
bro. I've seen what you can do. Like the designs that you come up with, bro, are absolutely amazing. And you could be doing designs and they're actually building it. You know what I mean? So like now, maybe.
The sad truth is, it's just a bit like I'll relate. I mean, I'll put it to you for your understanding. It's like the fight game. You get a lot of people. You go to your local gym, you see someone who's really flashy and skillful. It doesn't mean they're going to make it to the highest organization of the pro level. See where I'm coming from? They might look to an ordinary eye. I'm not saying someone outside the field. They're like, oh, I could never do that. You know what I mean? I could never spar 5 rounds in the gym. I can never run 5 miles. I can't even run 2 miles. You know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, you're an athlete, mate. You should definitely go to pro. You should definitely fight in the highest organization. I believe in you, but it's a bit more to that. Do you see where I'm coming from? Design. Car design is such a limited course, and again, back to the voice note. Again, thanks for tuning into our show, my friend. It's that sort of thing where you're sort of like, everyone has hobbies in life, I think, but it's always considered as a hobby. Like, you'd never be told to sort of do your hobby as your dream job. Like, it doesn't work like that. They always say, you get your job and then you have your hobbies. No one would really encourage that. Like,
our schools. Sorry to explain, bro. Again, our schools, a lot. I'll say a lot of them. I agree with you. I sorry to jump in. I thought to myself, like, not there'd be people listening probably say that, like Ian Wright, for instance, said he had do you know who Ian Wright is, by the way?
Footballer.
Ex-footballer. Ian Wright had and a great teacher, and said like how good he was at football, and praised him and said that if you keep going, you can make it, right? And even to his late years, he didn't become professional like to like 22 or 23, like something. And that football, that's like a real late age. And he turned professional and ended up playing for Arsenal, Crystal Palace, West Ham. He played some top teams and won some trophies and stuff. And he said on live TV, if it wasn't for that teacher that told him that, exactly. So, I agree with you. The majority of teachers, it's just a paycheck. But what they don't understand is that they're inspiring. That's sort of job. Yeah, but the sad thing is, this is the sad truth, right? And people are going to hate me for it. There's 3 reasons people do a job, right? Teaching. One, maybe because, it's easy money. They get holidays, and it's easy money. The other one, and this is the sad one, is that people who got bullied feel like, now I get to be a teacher. Now I get to be the bully. It's sad. It's a very truth. I've spoken to people.
I disagree with that.
No, bro,
that is a lot of effort to go through.
Bro, I'm telling you, there's some people who had traumatic experiences as a kid.
I'm going to have to disagree with that.
Bro, Hazel was one of them, bro, and she was my ex, and she was a teacher, and I've experienced it firsthand. So you can disagree.
Did she get a degree?
Yeah. She was a teacher, bro. She's an actual teacher. She actually teaches, bro, at university. This girl had a power trip on a high level, and it was scary. So, like, that's another one. And the third one is the good one. Actual people who want to help people, like the film that you saw of who's the guy in the film? who died, passed away, and he played a teacher, and you actually get teachers like that in real life. He was in Flubber. Who's the guy in Flubber? And
Oh,
he's Robin Williams.
Oh, yes,
Yeah. He did a film. I don't know I forgot what's the name of the film, and he's like a real inspirational teacher, and he really gets people with like, you got that type of teacher who actually wants to help their pupils.
Yeah.
And great. I'm not saying that all of them are like every single one, bro. I'm trying to say you have got them teachers, bro. You got some teachers, and I've come across one as well. And you said about music, we had a music teacher, yeah. He got sacked because he just loves bullying kids. He was like Simon
Mr.
Cowell.
Doubtfire. I remember that. So he just spawned in my head. Yeah.
Was it? I know, but he wasn't. That wasn't the film. Mrs. Doubtfire. It was another one, bro. It was another one. I don't know. It's called Patch Adams. I'm not too sure what it was, but he had one like that, and he was like teaching that. But then we had this teacher called Mr. Oren, bro, and he felt like Simon Cowell or something, bro. He used to call kids losers in class. Yes, wow. Poor people, man. You know how sad that is, and like how harsh it is. They don't want to be in this class, and now you're calling them a loser. You had people like that in our school. And we had this other teacher called Mrs. Watt, and she would call people losers and stuff like that as well, like and fat, and laugh at people they're being fat. You know, you had some sick individuals at our school, but doesn't mean. But then again, we had amazing teachers in our school. We had this girl called Mrs. Bush. Right, I know her name's terrible. Sorry, but that's her name, Mrs. Bush. But her name was Mrs. Bush, and in ICT, she would come up to like the people like myself and others, and would really like interact with me, and say, look, why can't you do this? Okay, and I would explain to her, and then she would like work around with me, and then all of a sudden I could do the work because she dumbed it down for me, and then it was easy for me to work. She actually had a passion to help people and actually wanted to see people succeed. Some people, and then the first one is the paycheck, who just goes, okay, this is what the job is. I'm just going to do that and not go the extra mile. They go, okay, I only get paid 30 grand, 40 grand a year. I'm going to chuck this on the board. You read it. Yeah, and that's the majority.
It's not that much, teachers.
With the teachers we had was getting 40 grand a year, bro. They were getting
sure?
Yes, bro. They were getting 40 grand a year.
Teachers, the whole point is they're doing a campaign of how teachers should be getting paid more.
It was the ones that weren't getting paid enough were like supply teachers and like
teachers in general. Yes, head teachers and stuff, obviously, and head of departments. Yes, they do get the money, but
like
teachers,
the tutors,
I think,
that's right. I think you're right. I think they're just on the subject, but the ones who did the tutor, they had the class.
24K. I know this because my sister's a teacher.
Yeah. Wow, man. Yeah. Maybe they're not getting. Maybe that's probably why they don't care. But some of them just don't care. They just chuck it on the plate and think, okay, that's enough. And they don't go the extra mile because they feel like
not
they don't
all
need to go.
But yeah, I do know. I do know
exactly.
A few
not
teachers
all of them.
In person. That's why.
Not all of them. No, 100 agree. Not all of them. They're all different. You got all different. I shouldn't say that out like that, but that's the school. The one I went to, about 70% were like, here's on the board, blah blah blah. Get on with it, And then I had about 3 good teachers, and obviously I still remember them to this day because they're the good ones, But yeah, again, different schools. Like I said earlier, different schools have better people who are probably better suited to teach. Maybe if you got people paying more, you probably got better teachers. Sorry, bro. I blabbered on a bit there. Sorry, bro.
No, that's all right. No. Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, it went away, but we've got a lot about school, bro. We need to talk about life, bro.
But no, school. I think school plays a major factor. How you go into life. Just the way you become an adult. Some events in school, could lead up to your teenagehood, your adulthood. Little things. It just plays an impact. Like I said, in terms of school, like you said, some teachers, do push children in the right direction, and some obviously just, like you said, just do the bare basics of their job. At the end of the day, I think for them, obviously, the more they can get into like college and stuff, the more success rate the school has. Obviously, I always just felt like in school they should have pushed you to do like outside the box activities. Like, for example, like there'll be little lunchtime things like, you know, there might be like a martial arts club and stuff like that, or a drama club and stuff, you know.
Mate, I wasn't even allowed to do drama. I love drama, but I forced myself in it anyways. Because I was my special needs, yeah, bro. They wanted to put me into dyslexia class, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't go to the dyslexia class anyways. I just went to the drama class and didn't say anything. Bro, I ain't gonna go to that bloody dyslexia class. I'm like, bugger that. I'm going to drama. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, bro. Sorry.
That's right. No, yeah, I just feel like, yeah, I think they should sort of, you know, push it a bit more. I think possibly now in this generation they do, because, like, you know, everyone's all influenced by these influencers and Instagram and stuff, and especially how, you know, kids from the age of like 10.
Mate, it might be a lot better now, you know. Schools could be a lot better now than when it was.
It can be, but to a degree, what I'm trying to say is, like, it's good now you get all these influencers, obviously, you know, trying to influence people to go high. So if you look at this generation now, I think a lot of people don't settle for less. It's like anyone who's born, I think, who's like born 2000 and plus, they sort of have this sort of high ambition, money-making mindset. I find that with a lot of people that age, you know, they want to go for the highest thing. They want to go for number one. They want to be managers. They want to be the you know, very, very successful. And of course, they follow a lot of influencers and Instagram and stuff like that. Of course, you could argue with influencers, you know, like, is that, you know, are you just trying to portray life as, you know, you need to live a beat? And
I think, do you say that? Yeah, if that's someone's passion and that's their goal, then, you know, and they love doing it, then yeah, go for it. And, you know, in their life, you want to succeed in every area you want to do. Fantastic, you know. But I feel like if you got a goal and because you feel like you're not going to succeed, then you go to that and you see that success. I see that's failure. Do you know? I know that's terrible, but like if something you're doing and you don't have love for it, and it's actually hurt you deep down, then me personally, I feel like unless that's a sacrifice for your goal, does that make sense? Unless you're using that as a sacrifice for your goal, then yeah, each to you. Well done you. But if that's going to be your ends to ends meet, and that's what you're going to do for life, then, oh man, you got life, man. You can do anything. Anybody,
exactly.
You can change right now, career, and do whatever you want. You could do anything. Anybody can do anything.
Yeah. Sorry. But then what's the definition of a good life, though? Because, you know, like, I've had this conversation with many people, and even one of my friends today, is that sort of thing. You know, a lot of people are just convinced, obviously, you know, having a lot of money, you know, being rich is good. But then what's your definition of rich? And in fact, let me ask you that. Yeah, what is your definition of rich? What do you think?
I haven't got a fully answer for it. I haven't got a fully answer, but I'll just give you what I believe, what I've got right now. I feel like family, massive, right? Yeah. To me, like having a belief system. You know, you gotta have a belief system that's, you know, rooted and and you know it's good. It's helping you. You know. So that's two things, and you know, and obviously a massive goal and security. So you got to have security, family, and when I say family, people thinking, I haven't got a mum, I haven't got a dad, I haven't got a brother. Family could be friends. Family could be people you talk to every day. Like I class Aaron as family, and my friend Moses as family. So you know, always family, bro. You know that. And I got my dad, and I got my brothers. I got all that stuff. Like so, when you know. That's family to me, and also you know what are we talking about? We're talking about beliefs. Yeah. So to me, like rich to me is having a good heart, making sure that you try to keep yourself grounded, don't let yourself go. I know I'm just long-winded, but I'm trying. I can't like shorten this because if I shorten it, it just sounds dumb. And if long with it, I just talk like I'm talking right now. But if you go hard, go fast, and go on your own, I feel like life can be really lonely. And if you go together. Yeah, you heard the saying. You go hard, go on your own. You go far. You go fast. You go fast. That's right. You go fast. You go well. You go really fast. But if you go together, you go far. So the reason that you go far is because when goings gets tough and you're on your own, who's there to help you? No one, because you just went out on your own. Whereas if you go hard and you go, you know, it's slower, but every time you get the knockbacks, you got someone to carry you, you know? You always got someone to carry you. And whereas if you got knockbacks and you go on your own, you got no one to carry you. You know, you got to fight on your own. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people like who are dogs, and you can see people that are dogs and they fight through it, and then you can see some animals. But always, even though people fight through it on their own, usually there's some sort of reason they fought through it. If they've got a child, they've got a wife, or they've got a reason to get to the top. There's an underlying burning fuel. And that's I'm glad I've kind of like rambled into this, but I'm glad I have, because I just realize now, if you haven't got a why in your life, you've got no why. There's no fuel. There's no fuel for anything you do in your life. You've got to have a why. You got no why. There's no fuel. So like your why, for instance, I find it hard to work in a shop. But if I say now, I've got, oh, hang on, but if you don't work in that shop, Johnny, that ain't going to pay for your martial arts training. Oh, I'm going to work in the shop now because that's my why.
It's a means to an end.
Yeah, that's my why. If you take away the why, I don't care. Do you know when some people say, oh, I want £1 million? Right, okay, right. Why do you want £1 million? Right? What are you going to do with £1 million? Okay. Now, I know what you can say. I know what I would do with £1 million, but some people, they say they want to do £1 million and they're like, well, I don't know. I'm just going to go like on holiday and this, that, whatever. Well, why don't you invest that £1 million into stuff that you actually want to do? You know, you could put that towards your goal. You could have, for me, for instance, I would like put, I could put that, I'll give it to my family, most of it, a lot to my family. And with the rest that I have, I'll put it towards, I could put it towards Multicast. I could put it towards MMA. I could put it towards anything that's going to invest into my life, that's going to carry me further in my life. Do you know what I mean? And it's going to keep me going. And I mean, I've never known life. Sorry if I'm going on, but do you know when people retire? Retire. When people retire, they made the money. They start getting depressed because they have no goals. They got no vision. And with life without vision is emptiness. Sorry, but that's just it. And that's my thing for life. That's long-winded. I'm sorry. I hope that you caught that. But that's my thing for life. I know I didn't talk about kids. I didn't talk about family. I didn't say having family. But that could be your goal. That's brilliant. But I know.
Well, like I said, what was your definition of rich?
I was gonna say, one last thing. I think I'm not at that stage yet. I'm not at the stage of having kids. I'm not at the stage of giving back. I'm still a student. I'm not a coach. I'm still a student. So I'm talking from my perspective as a student. If I was a coach, I would say, oh yeah, help the kids, help the people growing up, and it's good to help people anyways. But at the moment, I'm at the burn stage where I need to burn to grow. Whereas when I get to the stage where, all right, okay, I've grown as far as I can in this area. Now it's time to help back. Then I'll start giving back. Sorry if that's long-winded. Sorry.
That's right, bro. You don't need to apologize. Talk as long as you want. I'm only listening, man. I'm intrigued. I'm honestly, feed me.
Hey, so bad.
That's right. I was just gonna say, my definition of rich has obviously changed many, many times. Obviously, over the years, like at first you think to yourself, oh yeah, big mansions, big cars, you go around the world, etc. Famous and stuff like that. And then obviously, as you get older, you kind of realize people around you, you walk past, like you just think they're ordinary people. Oh yeah, they're the same. A lot of these ordinary people might be even multi-millionaires themselves. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Like, at my previous workplace, it was a very money-driven, as they say, place. That sort of thing. All they cared about, and I'm not even being exaggerated. It's true. All they care about is money. And they kind of want you to have that mindset. They said that you need to think that all we do is care about money. You go there, they'll say that. No shame.
Yeah.
Literally.
No, my brother works in that sort of stuff as well. I know.
So literally, it's just a case of we're here to make money and stuff like that. And I'll quote. I have a friend who still works there, and his car got smashed up while he was at work. Wow. So obviously he was vexed. And here's what his area manager had to say. Ready? Obviously, I know these times are hard, like try and keep your head up. But at the end of the day, we're here to make money. Just think about that and that sort of thing.
Wow.
I don't know how he managed to still put we're here to make money. Money's the goal. Obviously, this was my area manager.
Guy's Dana White, bro.
Yeah,
Nice, Dana
almost.
White.
I rated the guy, but I don't think he rated me because when I left, he didn't even say anything. He said he rated me, but literally, I was a bit hurt, to be fair, that the fact that the guy didn't even say. I mean, fair enough. It takes two to tango. I could have even said goodbye. Oh, actually, everyone knew I was leaving. So as a manager, he could have said, "Why are you leaving?" But he didn't. So obviously, he wasn't interested in me. If he was, he would have questioned it. So there you go. I knew I made the right choice.
100.
You know what I mean? So what I'm
yeah.
trying to say is he used to always try and keep me in. He always try to like keep me in the job, as a manager should do. It's your job, obviously, to try and motivate people. 100%, I agree with that. You know, he did do a good job of that. He kind of reminded me, and this is what did keep me in. You know, listen, how much money you could earn from this job. Like, mate, I was in the same position as you. That's what he used to tell me. I used to gas me up so much, man. Like, and it really did. He just tried to say, listen, like, you just got to graft and stuff. Yeah, go through the BS and stuff for this job, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, and, he was saying some true stuff, but I just thinking the way the certain staff talk to you there and treat you, I don't want to.
He's probably talking from his experiences, isn't he?
Yeah, no, but I'm trying to say, I don't want to slag off the company because I could go into more details of a lot of people have left that job. Put it this way, when people apply for that job, usually they leave within the next year or the next couple of months, or some of them do stay and just hack it. But what I'm trying to say,
it sounds like a hard job. You remember you telling me it was stuff you could do.
It's more of a case of you need thick skin and like, you need thick skin for that job. But what I'm trying to say is, the ambition was, ultimately you're going to earn a lot of money for this, and it will be worth it. So the goal is make as much money as possible. However, do you remember a person called Chester Bennington?
Yeah, Lincoln Park.
Yeah. Where is he?
Yeah, exactly.
Passed away.
Exactly.
So this guy, I'm sure he had more money than my managers at my previous workplace. I'm sure of it. So this guy had a lot of money. And do you see where I'm coming from? And
I understand completely.
Sadly chose to take his life away. Unfortunately, of course, we can never go in the mind of Chester, but it's sad that he has passed away. But I can tell you one thing: he was a very rich man. But according to my previous job, having a lot of money was good. So it kind of goes against it. You just think, at least you'll make a lot of money for it. I used to, not me, but a lot of people in my other job would say, how like it's quite a sad job. If you're single or something, how you don't have time to even find another partner because you're working 12-hour shifts minimum. Do you know what I mean? Like, how you meant to find time for yourself? You literally come in, you leave your house, go work, you come in.
It's robbing you of your purpose, isn't it?
Yeah, it really did. It really just destroyed I thought I had no purpose for anything. But what I'm trying to say is the whole purpose was you're supposedly, you're getting a lot of money from this. It's going to be worth it, But like I said, you see so many people. Money isn't clearly the answer to life. Tyson Fury, come on, that guy is a very rich man. And this guy wanted to take his life away. So, you can't argue and say, he's rich. Come on, make as much money as possible. I will tell you one thing, what my mum taught me. So they always say the root of money is the root of all evil, they say.
That's true.
What my mum says is the love of money is the root of all evil. Because I'm not being funny now, Johnny. If we had some money now for this house, to pay off the mortgage.
The love of money. That's right.
That's
not my bad. That is right. No, you're
it's
right.
The love of money. I'm saying there's not being funny. If we got 100 grand right now, it will make our lives so much better.
Don't be attached to it.
It will help all of us. You can help our family, our friends.
Yeah.
But like I said, the love, the desire sort of for money, the obsession. Yeah.
Was it you or Moses that told me this, bro? Sorry to stop you, but you said for instance, people are so searching for the end result. I think it might be a brother, but so because the end was chasing, it's like heroin. Do you know when people are chasing money? Yeah. They don't experience the journey and don't enjoy the journey where they are now. So how are they supposed to enjoy when they get that? When they get that, just gonna want more and more and more and more, and it's never ending. And like you said, you're at the work. That guy chasing the money. Sorry for chopping. You were saying some good stuff. I didn't want to stop you there. Sorry, bro.
No, continue, bro. Continue.
No, I was just saying what you were saying there. I was saying that with people with the chase of money, like I said, I agree with you. Money is like what I told you about earlier about the £1 million. Oh, if I give you £1 million, what are you going to do with it? You know, like if your money is investing, even if it's in your community, if it's investing into your projects, like for instance, like I don't know, like your I know you're really good at cars and stuff, and you could have a business even with your amazing designs. Anyway, look up the fake mechanic, Aaron Dove, because his designs have been amazing, not just now, but for years been amazing at designs. And so like I'm just saying, so like I know where your money could go to, like put in advertisement for Aaron Dove or whatever you want to call it. It could go into lots of stuff and stuff like that. So that's money well invested. Whereas some people just get money and think, and they start thinking, okay, let's go into something I've got no interest in, but it's going to make me more money. Well, then that means you're going to spend time. Is time worth more than money then? So that means you're going to spend more time in stuff that you hate. Rather, it's better to make, okay, you're going to make probably like about 3/4 less, but you're still making good money and you enjoy it, rather than have something that you don't even enjoy and you're doing it just because the love of money. That is, you're doing it for the love of money. That's what I said about exactly what I was saying earlier. You said that I can't go to work in this shop for no reason. Do you get me? If I go work in this shop, hang on, but that's going to pay for your training. Yeah, I can do that now because there's a reason, there's a why. Anything without a why is empty. Sorry, bro, I'm going on there.
It's all right.
Sorry,
now, I was just thinking, you know, obviously you go to school and college and stuff. That's what we were talking about. Now, if you think about alternatives, now, myself, I went to school. I also went to college. I also went to uni. And at this very moment in life now, I am 27 years old. I'm living at home. Yes, I understand it's very common these days, but still, I'm living at home with my mum.
Same, bro.
You know, I wouldn't say I'm still financially, I'm all right. I wouldn't even say I'm okay. I'm getting about, but I'm nowhere near able to afford, my own place or a mortgage or anything. I can get about. I help my mum pay towards her mortgage and stuff like that, sort of thing, just helping out. Pay for the gas and electric,
doing good, bro.
Sure, just do my bits, but what I'm trying to say is, you could say I did everything right, except from I haven't landed the job that I majored my degree in. That's the sort of thing where you could say I've gone wrong. But in terms of doing everything right, I did it how the system sort of portrayed it. Now, when you think of other people like drug dealers, etc. Now you got to listen. Yes, it is a very dodgy job and very, you know what I mean. But a lot of those people earn a lot of money. Do you see where I'm coming from? And I'm not.
But it's bad money. It's bad
I know.
money.
I'm not trying to encourage it, because I know some people that not horrible people, but they're just doing it trying to make a living. You know what I mean? I wouldn't recommend that job.
But this is how I see it, right? They might not be They might say not horrible people. They might not be uneducated, because myself, I can talk.
Some people don't have a choice. Remember that.
They do have a choice, bro. I know. They might be going through
a choice in life. Yes, you're right.
But what I was say is that, for instance, myself, right? I'm one of them who went to the drug dealers and got drugs from drug dealers in the past, right? And I'm not like saying, oh, this is amazing. I'm not saying, I'm not trying to like promote it. I'm trying to say I did it in the past, and I ended up going really unwell from like weed, and it ended up changing my whole life upside down. Now, it's one. Yeah, I understand that that's not whole. To be honest with you, I feel like that's if I'm not, I can't be the only person who's gone into like weed, drugs and taking weed, and it's messed them up. Do you know what I mean? Like it can't, like in the past. So, and not just that, I've heard stories that people go from weed and then they do go into higher drugs. It starts off with weed and they think, oh, they want to try something stronger or something like this. And the guys who are supplying these drugs, regardless, they go, oh yeah, but they wanted it, but it didn't mean that you had to be the one to give it to them. It doesn't mean that you get to be the one to give it to them. Yeah, they might have gone to someone else, but let them go to someone else. If everybody started thinking, hang on, this is not going to be helping the people who they're taking it, and then, hang on, if I see them in the future, or they're on crack, whatever, I could have been the guy who probably helped him go on that road. You know, so in my mind, it's not a healthy.
It's not at
act
all, bro.
of
But
work.
what I'm trying to say is, some people got to get their hands dirty to make a living. I mean, you got
The
to
reason
find what
why,
that
yeah,
job
but
is.
bro, the reason why they like that is because they haven't looked at their options. They haven't really dipped down and think, right, what am I good at? What am I truly good at? Instead of like going like school, so I don't like school. School has got a way of saying this is the only way, which is bullcrap. No disrespect, but not
But
every school.
some
You have
people
got.
don't have that luxury, though. That's what I'm trying to say,
Yeah,
Jonathan.
I didn't have that luxury, bro. I didn't have that
Yeah.
luxury, and you had to look at the outskirts, right? Security, for instance. Security, you don't need any. You can get the dumbest of the dumbest people ever to security, right? And you can get some quality jobs in security. You can go into bodyguard. You can do anything, and you don't need to be that smart at all. They take me. I see
I wouldn't
people
say
working there.
dumbest people, but yeah.
Bro, I've seen them real freaking. Bro, I worked with them, bro. I've worked with people, and I'm like, wow, if something kicks off, I'm in trouble. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm like, oh, it says green. There's only 2 buttons, green and red. Oh, what does green mean? I've told you. Oh, green. You know what I mean? Green man, red man, and some people can't.
I mean, some
comprehend
people
that.
just work slower than others. Remember that. Just like,
I know, but bro, there's 2 options. Like green man
just
means
gotta be
like
patient.
basically, green man means all right. So for instance, say that green man means basically in this room, a green man means there's a potential kickoff, something could potentially kick off. It's a green man, right? Red man means something's already kicked off. Yeah. So it's not that hard. It's not that hard. Green man is, red man hard. And you got some people, you talk to them and you think to yourself, like, I understand you can fight and it's good that you go fight, but if I go on the radio, do you know what I mean? Is he gonna pick up? But again, doesn't matter, because if you can fight, people don't care about that because they know that you can sort stuff out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a potential job that a lot of people could do. You know, as long as you look tough, you don't even need to. Some fighters, you don't even have to fight to do that job. So you got stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, take that way. Now there's other weird jobs out there, obscure jobs. Again, like labouring you mentioned, bin man, pick up the bins, chuck it in the. Then the problem
they get serious money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, the problem is people don't want to look outside the box. Now, these days, we have got technology, we have got YouTube, and like you said, people are looking towards these people to find insight in what they can do. That's why I said about good teachers saying about pushing people that, oh, what do you enjoy doing? What do you like doing at an early age? So then they can look around, push towards that early age. So then they can look out as they get older, they can branch off. Hang on, that's a little bit like what I do. That's like I've seen like rugby players go into MMA. We've seen the guy who's the head featherweight champion right now. The featherweight champion in the UFC was an ex-rugby player and he was really big and bulky. He saw a thing in UFC and thought, hang on, I see something that I can do that's going to be good in that. You know, and he switched sports, bang, and he's world champion. You know,
there you go.
It's the fact is people have to see what they're good at. And maybe some people give you slight compliment.
Some people don't get told that. Some people don't even know what they're good at. You know, they might think to themselves, what am I good at? I'm useless at everything. And back to what I was saying, like I said, this is not necessarily that. This could be literally people who've been brought up well raised and they still go into the path of like dealing or something like that. Do you see where I'm coming from? They might be educated. You were saying how these people aren't educated. There's some people that are educated, but still true. I mean, people do wise things. Some people do dumb things. You have to understand.
But when I talk about well raised, bro, I ain't talking about well raised. I'm not talking about like raised and gone to school and done stuff. I'm talking about people who actually looked at themselves. Like that, I didn't do well at school. I was thick as pig crap in school, right? So like, I did, but I didn't let that bother me because I knew what I was good at. When people started fights with me, I was like, hang on, like this is easy. It was easy at school, so I thought, okay, I know what I'm doing. So that came to me. I was thankful for that. So I knew I was going to go in that direction. So but it's people who've got that other talents. So you talk about music. You said about people say, oh, they do music. Well, what music do they like? For instance, you got some people who like classical music. You got some people who like hip hop. You got some people who like rock. You got some people like indie. Some people want to play the guitar. Some people want to play the drums. You know what I mean? Whereas, so it's okay. So you ask the kid, what's he want to do? And then you push him in that direction. You show him some YouTube videos. Oh, look at this guy. You like the guitar? This is Pearl Jam. Listen to him play the guitar. You know, you start giving them the interest, and that lights a fire at an early age, and they know what they're going to do as they get older because they've already got the passion. So that's pure. That's
but this is the point where I'm going back to. So you could get a kid like that. You give them all these ideas, right? Well educated. And then they see their friend, that's just an example. Oh, mate, how have you got so much money? Oh, I'm dealing and whatever and stuff like that. And they're like earning triple what they're earning. Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Obviously it's bad if they get caught. They could get thrown in jail for a very long time and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to say for like children, you're all just young teenagers and stuff, or even young adults. You know,
Yeah, but that's
to get
education.
inspired.
That's education itself. That should be again educating. Like look, these kids got. They should show. Like I could be a person on there. Look, do you care that this kid's gone to Kevin Coyd? He's gone to a mental hospital because it started off taking smoking drugs, right? It made him unwell, right? Now you put this in PES. Look, and this is a drug dealer. Now you're getting that money. Do you feel good about putting people in hospital? Then that will put.
Yeah, of course you would.
Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say.
Again, bro, I'm not like justifying.
No. I'm not talking about you. I didn't say you. I'm talking about Aaron. I wasn't talking about you. I'm talking about the person. The person who's doing it. You got to say to him, like the people who are in school. You got to say, right.
Do you know what they're thinking though?
Well, they're thinking about money. Then there's something wrong with the person.
No, but they're also thinking that the buyer's buying at their own risk. You also
exactly. And they think, oh well, if he's not going to buy from me, they're going to buy from someone else. That's a weak mindset. That's basically saying, oh, it doesn't matter. It's good enough for him. It's good enough for me.
If something happens to them, that's the thing. Like, I don't know, but I don't.
Sorry, bro. It cut out then. Sorry, it cut out.
No, sorry, no, I don't do drugs anyhow. Like the only thing I've sort of done is alcohol. That's it.
No, but I wasn't putting that on you. But I'm saying like, yeah, people can make money from that, but I just don't feel it's a good ways of making money. Like there's better ways. Like for instance, you could even
go 100%.
You know, there's people you can get a job now, bro. I guarantee you, if you go to like places like delivering food, most places are looking for people to deliver food everywhere. You know what I mean? If you get a bike, start cycling. You know, you've got Deliveroo now. They're taking on everybody at the moment. You know, you can get a job there. It doesn't take that much help. And also, when you deliver the food to the door, you've seen the people you deliver the food to. They're happy, like, oh, thank you. You know, they got food. It's a welcoming, warming job.
I know, but back to the point what I'm trying to say, it's like all them hours of working, and then they see this other geezer who's driving a nice motor. You just think, oh my gosh, I'm working all these hours. It's not fair. This is what I'm trying to say. It's not fair because this person might be working 10-hour shifts, you know, just to get let's say 1,300 a month, you know, and then you get people like dealers who are earning like probably triple that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably more than that. Probably more than that.
Got no boss and stuff like that. So it's a bit like it's not really fair. You know what I mean? So that's why I can understand why people just think, oh wow, like why am I working all these hours and hard and stuff when this guy's working half as hard and he's getting double the money? But that's not necessarily that as well. There's other jobs. I mean, in fact, let me go to a more like positive, you know what I mean? More legal side. Like you're saying, how like, you know, people don't really promote like say labor work and stuff like that. Like in school, let's say you wanted to be a barber. Like your teacher or your friends would laugh at you. You know what I mean? Right. You know, you go to school and be like, oh yeah, when I'm older, I want to be a barber. You know, people will be like, why are you striving for that? But I'm not being funny, man. Barbers make money. You know what I mean?
Got some creative, you know, who can be. There's barbers in Swansea, bro. These Polish barbers, right? Yeah. And I swear, like, if they could speak and advertise more, this one guy's Christoph, bro. When I used to work at the door, and used to say, people used to say to me, oh, your hair's on point. I would go to him, bro, and pay just to have my hair done, not cut, just to have my hair styled. Like his level was so amazing, but he used to charge so little. I used to give him like £3 tip. I was like, mate, I'm not giving you. Like he started putting the money up then, so the tip had to go down a bit. But you know what I mean? But he used to charge like £7 like for a haircut. I'm like, what? I'm thinking, mate, like this is ridiculous. And every time he used to go there, it was rammed. But
exactly.
And he didn't have it. He didn't understand. Like, I don't think if he knew about YouTube and started like showing like all these videos on YouTube and stuff like that, he could be massive. But like we said, sorry, cut what you're saying. But when you're talking about people being barbers, people don't see that as a thing. Maybe because they think, oh, it's an ends meet job. You know what I mean? It's only going to earn me so much amount of money. But with the world how we got right now, you could have barbershop diaries. Do you know what I mean? You could have all sorts of things going on. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, that's my point. I'm trying to say it's not encouraged. That's what I think is not fair. Like someone from a young age might say that, you know, I want to be a barber. And if anything, that's actually a good part because they've already set in stone what they want to do for the future. It's like, listen, I want to be a barber. Where some people, even like, you know, to their late teens and stuff, you know, early adulthood, still don't know what they want to do for the rest of their life, or you know what they want to go towards. You know, if someone from that a young age.
Yo, hello.
Hang on, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's back on. It's back on. Yeah, go on.
Yeah,
go
sorry,
on.
someone tried to ring me.
Sorry.
So yeah, literally. In fact, let me put my phone on do not disturb mode right now.
Well, I've already had 2 people ring me already as well.
Yeah,
I know.
So yeah, I just think, you know, like stuff like barbers, I think that's great because like I know someone who left school at 16 and they were a butcher. You know what I mean? Like, you know, worked very hard. You know, probably done his shifts for years and stuff like that. The guy lives in a mansion, has a pool, drives a very nice motor. He drives a pool. You see where I'm coming from? So it's just a case of like, if you sort of work, with my belief, hard work gets you anywhere. Honestly, I just believe if you work hard in life, you will go far, and no matter what it is in, you know. Yeah. So just work hard. That's my opinion. But again, it's just sort of what's the life you want to live towards. You know, you play it safe or play the normal way of, you know, just going to school, college, job, get a family, etc. Yeah. Or do you even go travel it? You know what I mean? Like you could say to yourself, you know what? Yeah, I want to go to all these countries. You know what I mean? Like. But then people say, oh, you can't do that and stuff, you know. Oh, you're going to have to need a certain amount of jobs or a certain amount of money to do that. You know, a lot of people would stop you from doing that, you know. And I think...
Man, you can get paid to travel. Do you know you can get paid to travel?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that. If you haven't got money, you could literally just do be a rep somewhere. You know what I mean? Just do it like that. If you wanted to.
But yeah, that's what I mean. It's just like you should just go for what you want to do. But again, I think it's influence on what people put in your head, you know. And because of that, it kind of sinks into your head. Because you know, people could ask you now, and they'd be like, "Oh no, you can do whatever you want." Like people
we never even
talk say that.
We didn't even talk about that. Do you know? Sorry, bro. You said like people influenced you. Yeah, that's one big thing. Cut out all negative. When I say negative, like if they're being a bully, or for instance in school, I had so many people down in my ideas in life because I was so like people thought I was delusional in school, you know. And after school, they've completely changed their mind. But like that, I had to cut them off. I didn't actually spend 1 minute with anybody in school because they just thought I was an idiot, you know. So I just cut off everybody in school. It was good for me because I cut them all off. And then every day in life, I just kind of like, right, you go with someone, you think to yourself, like, you know, I'm not saying you can like judge someone. You can't. You cannot judge someone. You can say, oh, this person's good and all that. But down the line in life, if you've got someone who's a leech, you know, who's just like, oh, everything you say is like, oh, being negative. You can't have people like that in your life because anytime you've got something good in your life going, you have to be very strong-winded to like battle through these people. And that's a circle. That's like, well, I call you family. I call Moses family. I call Mike Evans family. I call Steve Thomas family. Craig. Yeah. You know, these people are all positive people, and that's what I like in my life. I mean, I'm not saying having people say no is not good because it is. Sometimes my ideas are crazy, and you need to say someone to say, Johnny, that's going to be dumb. You know, you could go in the wrong direction, and it's good to critique in some area, and you have to look back in yourself. But what I was trying to say, if people surround you. So if you've got people who are all bashing you all the time, then that's not good. You need to have a good support network. Sorry,
awesome. No, it's fine. Bro, don't need to apologize. Honestly, that's a New Year's resolution for you,
man.
Yeah, no worries, bro. Obviously, you made your point there.
My bad.
No, it's fine. What I was gonna say is just like again back to the point. How should you live your life? Myself, obviously, I went to university. My advice on that, you know, a lot of people before I went to uni were saying, obviously, why you should go uni and why you shouldn't go uni. I feel like the previous generation, uni was like the way to go. It was the thing to do. If you had to be successful in life, you had to go to uni. Like, and that's why a lot of people say, oh, you got a degree. Wow. Like back in the day, that was sort of like, you're a genius. You're going to get money. You people are going to employ you regardless. So when I was in college, this was like the sort of the starting point where like, you know, you could go uni or you could start working, but the emphasis was on uni because people would always say, once you have a degree, you can pretty much get any job just because of the qualification itself. Now, I find that people are leaning away from the uni direction, because of the success rate. Well, probably the low success rate of, most people graduate and they don't get their graduate job. Let's be honest with you, and they always say, if you want to go far in uni, get a degree like doctoring, etc. and stuff. I mean, my degree is very specific, but again, it's too specific in a way where that vacancy doesn't get advertised enough, like car design. How many people apply to be a car designer?
Well, only right now. I think as the future goes on, because you've got it as well, I think that would even you have more of a chance. You know what I mean? Because as the world goes
you
on.
think that, but then because of the small people that have actually got that degree, they're all fighting for that one job. You've got to remember that.
Then you got to be stronger.
Exactly.
Getting it, bro. He's gonna up your game. You still can do it, bro. You can do it.
But that's the thing. But then in your head, you just think to yourself, this is the problem. During uni, I had this. Just to speak to myself, change of I love this course, but at the same time, I think to myself, maybe I want to do something else. And it's just oh, no, you can't now because that's what you've done. This is a degree. You have to do this now. You have to get a job in automotive design because you've got a degree in it. It makes sense. But even to this day, still now, it's I still look at design jobs, so even graphic designs and stuff like that. But it's like the case of because you got a degree in that field, it makes sense because obviously, yes, you spent 4 years studying for this. You spent money for it, so therefore you should make the most out of it. It makes sense. But what you've got to understand is people do have a direction in life. I mean, we get people that marry people. People, think that they're going to spend the rest of their life. And 5-10 years down the line, they realize, hang on a minute, this is not what I want for the rest of my life. These things happen. We are human beings. You got to understand.
I know, and that's why people should be more prepared.
So a lot of people, I do love automotive design. I love car design, but the job itself is something in itself. You know what I mean? It's not as straightforward as it seems to be. Design, draw cars. How you want them. It's a bit more complex than that. Just like with fighting, a lot of people think, fighting. You train. You do weight.
So much to it. There's so much to it.
So much was fighting.
Selling tickets, setting up venues. But I was going to bring something up because you sort of talk about marriage. Yeah. That's something I would love to talk about. I am going to talk about, but obviously I'm not married. I don't have kids, right? And someone who I believe when you have married and you have kids, this is my opinion, is that the child and the wife then is your priority. So as a single man, I'm talking as a single man, not a married person. So if someone listening, they're saying, "Oh, well, what about kids?" Well, there's it said about how to live your life. This is not me telling you. This is my life. I'm just talking about my what I've had in my life. So I'm going to talk about my life experiences. But if I would say, let's say I did have kids and I did have a wife, then I would be doing whatever best is for the family. So then my circumstances, when we talk about the why, I would go to this work because my child's support and for the money for the food, my why becomes different. Right now, my why is for my life goals. But if you choose a different route, regardless, personally, there's always said about marriage. If you've got a kid, I don't care. This is my opinion. I don't care if you get a kid. Your life is now that child's life. I'm sorry, but your life is now for the child. You
don't need to apologize, bro. I think that's common. I think that's common for everyone.
I know.
Your kid's your first priority.
Exactly.
You don't need to apologize that, mate.
Man, I just got to have it, man. Sorry, man.
You don't.
Sorry.
Literally. That is,
it's
your kid is your number one priority.
Exactly.
That is your world.
Exactly. You look after your wife. You look after the kids. And if your dreams can supply it, fantastic. But then your dreams are the sub goal. Your dreams could only be the sub goal. Unless you can work around and have your dream available, and then 100%. Unless you're in a dream, exactly. It's hard. You've got to really work. You've got to make sure that the hours in a day are subsequent. But that's another topic altogether. Sorry, man. I've been going on and on. But we don't have kids.
Topic.
Go on.
I know a fighter who had 4 kids. Who has 4 kids, sorry. And he fights. He's a K1 fighter. He does MMA every now and then as well. You know what I mean? Goes fight camps, teach classes. You know what I mean? And still looks after his kids, you know?
Well, yeah,
So
that's
you got to give him that. 4 kids as well, bear in mind. Not one.
bro.
You
Bro,
know?
if there's anybody listening who's got kids or is married, I mean, I would love to hear your input on that and how you've lived your life, how like the struggles and the good times and lows. That'd be fantastic to hear.
Yeah. On that note, actually, I'm just side noting now. So again, about living your life. Back to the sort of degree talk. Now, I know someone who studied motorsport engineering in Swansea Metropolitan Uni. Went to my uni, and again, you think, hang on, that's such a specialist degree. Why the hell, this guy should definitely get a job in that.
Yeah.
So he didn't get a job in that. So he ended up working in a pub for a couple of years or so and stuff like that. And like I said, like myself, who does car design as a degree, so automotive design, people, when I was in Marks, what are you doing in Marks and Spencer's? You got a car design degree, you got automotive design. Why are you doing that and stuff, blah, blah, blah. It's not as easy, as straightforward as you think. Because obviously I did apply for this job for 2 years, and then I ended up doing a grad screen elsewhere. Which I did leave. That's the job I was on about. It was actually a grad screen I was doing.
Wow.
But yeah, my friend, well, you probably do know who this friend is. He obviously went into security, and then he did that for quite a bit. And then, the guy's making really good money now, like more money than people in his class. He said all his mates in his class don't have a degree. I mean, all his mates in his motor engineering class don't have a motor engineering job. They're all doing like basic jobs and stuff. They got their degree and stuff. But he's earning what, like 2.5 to 3K a month. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And rising, So it's there you go. So it's a bit like, look, he hasn't used his degree. So what? Oh, look, he wasted his time. No, not necessarily. He had a good learning experience. He would never have met me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I know exactly, bro.
Great people along the way. So I always find uni. In fact, actually, on that note, I actually kind of want to make a topic on that. Is university worth it? I think that should be a talk in itself.
I met you. I'm happy that I was a part. I kind of felt like I lived the uni lifestyle without actually going uni because I was with you lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just the case again. This guy, he's living his life how he wants to be. He's not fixed. Because I've got a degree in this, I can't look elsewhere. You know what I mean? Like, it makes sense because obviously when you look at it from the fact that you're paying for a course, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've got a big debt in your hands. It makes sense. You want to get that degree. You spent, 3 to 4 years or even like 7 years on this subject, and you want to get into this job and then you don't do it. It's a bit like, well, you just wasted your time then, So people outside of uni would think that, But again, it's always a matter of perspective, seeing it from the person's perspective, seeing how the industry works and stuff. You might find out, hang on a minute, after 4 years of doing this, I actually don't like this. What do you do now? Is that it? Game over because you spent 4 years on it?
No.
You can't do any other job,
No, you might develop skills during that won't even relate to that. It could have been to do something else, and them skills he might have put to his works. For instance, like he met me, I was doing security.
Yeah.
That I'm not saying I'm the one who made him go into security, but like he met me and he worked actually in a pub. Remember, he worked in a pub as well.
Yeah.
So he might have saw that life and thought, oh, that sounds good. Do you know what I mean? And that's what got him into security in the first place. So you can always change, like the guy who did rugby. Like, you know what I mean? You can always change. So, but I agree with what you're saying. Like sometimes, but unless you like doing like I don't know, some things I feel like you can get away with doing stuff elsewhere. But I'm not going to talk about that because each to their own. That's just my agenda on some things. I'm talking about like some topics I looked at in uni, but I'm not going to mention them because some people they might be really good. But yeah.
Another point, bro. I spoke to a friend of mine earlier. So as a parent, so I'm not a parent. So from a parent's perspective, sometimes some parents feel like where they failed in life, they've pushed it down onto their children. Now, do you kind of agree with that? So what I'm trying to say, if someone, let's say you yourself, Johnny, you wanted to be like a pilot, and then in the end, like, you know, it just doesn't quite work out and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know, like, let's say like you do something else, you might go into aviation, it was good for you or something. But let's say you want to be a pilot, and then you kind of thought, you know what, I want my child to be a pilot. I mean, yes, it's good. You can. I think you can sort of like, you know, lead your child towards something if they truly love it. Obviously, let them go then, but at the same time, like, don't force them into it. So you always find some parents, they kind of like, because they didn't make it in something, they kind of put that task onto their child. It could be fighting as well. You know, someone might be a boxer, they didn't quite make it, so they'll, you know, force their child into it. You know, forcing them young where they don't have the choice to find out whether they like it or not. Whereas at the same time, you see like famous boxers that don't want their children to box, and then they want to box. You know, is that really fair in them? Because they want to box, but they're like, oh no, we don't want you to live that lifestyle. But it's their choice to make. You know.
Hey, I'll be honest with this, right? And I got forced into martial arts, and I'm glad to, because I didn't like it at the start, right? And I'm happy I got taught it because I freaking love it now. But I will teach my kid. And the thing is, I know it sounds terrible, but I don't want to say this, but obviously my dad he knew a lot about boxing. He knew a lot about Muay Thai. And I got brought up on Muay Thai and boxing, obviously, and he knew other sort of striking techniques and stuff, right? And I got brought up on that, and I'm thankful for that. But now, because I've got grappling as well, I've grown up because I went to different grappling dojos and learned from other people and other techniques from others as well. I've said this to Aaron, I'm being blunt. I don't care if my kid loves it or not. He's getting disciplined in it, regardless. Like, and you can hate me, bro. I don't care. I don't care. He's getting disciplined. I want him to make sure that he's got all the techniques, so he can hate me all his life. But if he,
I was just gonna say, is that something you'd really want to play though? You can hate me.
I don't care. He could hate me for life. I don't care, right? But he or she.
That you will, but that will creep up to you when you're older.
Bro, I don't care. Bro,
you say this now.
No. I'll be happy in my heart. I'll be happy in my heart, knowing that my kid can, if anybody starts on him, he can tap him out in 2 seconds. Yeah. Also, he can if he comes to striking, he can strike. Also, if someone does kick, he can kick. I want him to be a black belt in kickboxing, and I want him to do Muay Thai, and I want him to do boxing, and he's going to do wrestling, and he's going to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's going to do all of that. And he could hate me his whole life, right? I'm going to make it fun. I'm going to try and make it as best as I can to be fun. I'm going to make it not like the old structured. I'm going to make it fun and enjoyable. I'll do the stranger danger like my dad did to me, and make it fun. I'll do my best to make it fun. And say if he doesn't want to do wrestling, say, okay, we'll do boxing today. I don't want to do boxing, we're doing Muay Thai today. We don't want to do this, okay, we're going to do stretching today. We're going to be doing something, I'll make it fun. But for fact is, I know for a fact that growing up in life, walking in the street, knowing that someone could come up to me and I could knock them out in 2 seconds, makes me feel calm and chilled. And the fact you can have that, it makes you not be aggressive. It does the opposite. People go, oh, that's going to be aggressive. No, you actually less aggressive because you know you can walk down the street thinking, if someone started on me, I'm all right. You know what I mean? And if my kid can have that, walk down the street and go, hang on, if someone starts on me, whatever, bish, bash, bosh, then that's good. And I want my kid to have that. And he can hate me whatever he wants. He can hate me, kill me, whatever, throughout the whole life. I don't care. But if I know I walk out the way thinking, all right, if someone starts on my son, he's sorted. Do you know what I mean? And that's it. That's all I want. And obviously, I treat him morals. I treat him please, thank you, say sorry, don't do right, don't do wrong. I'm not all about, teach them all these techniques and then beating up people. No, that's wrong. I'm saying if people start on him or her, that if anybody starts on her or him, he doesn't need to do MMA. He doesn't need to do UFC. I don't want to go to UFC. I don't want to go boxing. I don't want to go martial arts and try to push for the UFC, try to go push to be a boxer. I just want him to know these techniques, you know? He can be like, or she can be working in whatever she wants. But as long as I know that this person is safe, then I'm good. And if that's wrong, then crucify, go at me. But that's what I'm doing. And I don't care who I'm with. I'll tell them that. And if they don't want it, then I'm not being with that person. And that's a fact. Sorry as that sounds, but that's how I am. That's my beliefs.
On that though, but doesn't that just basically mean before your child has even been born, you've already decided the outcome of their life, and is that exactly the point I'm trying to make?
No. I'm talking about training wise, right? You can make.
I know, but your child hasn't even come into existence. But the fact is, you've already just told me what they are going to do.
Yeah, so
that's kind of going against what I was saying. How parents forcing their children what they want to do. I know you're trying to say it's for great good.
That's how I am, bro.
But this is the point. So in a way, you're kind of agreeing remember I said it could go two ways. So some parents feel like they need to sort of pass down something to their kids to the way, like, let's say like they always wanted to be a pilot, or they might even be in a pilot themselves, so they want their kids to be a pilot. But
I don't want them to be a pilot. I don't want them to be a fighter. They're not going to be a fighter. I don't want them to be a fighter. It's not about personally. I believe that everybody should have a form of self-defense, knowing that.
But that's your belief. What about
that? Is my belief.
That's what I'm trying to say. But your kid might think else. Well, again, your kid might love this and love you for that. But you don't know what your kid. But the thing is, your kid hasn't even come to existence, but you've already jumped to that conclusion that they are going to do this.
I think they will. I think, I'll be honest with you, from my genetics, right, and from my father, my grandfather, from all my brothers, like all my brothers are professional fighters. Well, not professional, some of the amateurs, but but Perry's the only one that he didn't go into fighting, but he could have. Actually, he was actually better than me. I think personally, and he must, my mother was a fighter. What I'm trying to say is, like, from my whole family, like, you like gypsies sort of thing. My family's got the blood in the bloodline, so I don't think that my kid's gonna. I think he's gonna be a feisty kid anyway.
He or she, you don't know that.
He or she is definitely gonna be a feisty kid anyways. I can guarantee it. And I've told you this. I'm not attracted to women who are. I don't know why, but I'm not attracted to women who are like. I'm not saying I want to fight a woman. I'm talking about someone who's like really subtle and really too kind, but they've got nothing about that fiery in them. Then I don't. It's just like there's nothing there with me. I don't know why. That's why I said I got to have a girl who does martial arts or something like that, because I don't have any. Well, she doesn't have to do martial arts, but she's got to have fire in her eyes. So when I see someone who's got fire in her eyes, I'm not talking about someone.
But that's your preference in girls.
Yeah.
You like girls that do martial arts, whereas your kid, like I said, is a whole different human being. You got to remember that. It's not you. That's why I said, but it's a different you.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. But that's why I wouldn't be with a woman that wasn't into that. If she wasn't into that, we're not going to be together anyways. Do you understand? I'm not going to go with someone who's not going to be in that. I said straight away. If the woman says no, then no, I'm not going to be with her, because that's I know for a fact that I've told Moses this, and it's controversial, but I am controversial. I'm being real. And I ain't going to lie, because personally, bro, it's what I believe. I know for a fact that I see people who are not the people who are in martial arts. I'm not saying all people in martial arts are cool people, but people like yourself, Moses, people I surround myself. Notice, I think, hang on, they all got something in common. They can all handle themselves well, and that keeps people who mostly keep themselves handled. They haven't got that pent up, insecurities in them, because they feel like they have to prove themselves. Whereas if you've proved yourself, and you've proved yourself, and you've got that's already gone. All that insecurity rubbish is gone, because you don't need to, because you've gone in the gym, you've done in the dojo, you know what you do time and time, and you come home and you're thinking, yeah, you don't need to. So when you got someone who's chucking all their rubbish at you, it's like you don't feel. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you're a big man, you know everything. I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to say is like that insecurity. One part, well, not because we all got insecurities in other areas. You have masculinity insecurities. You got that area. But I'm talking about like that insecurity of feeling like that, feeling like I feel in danger, so I have to prove myself. That's gone. And that's what I'm trying to say. I don't want my kid to ever go through that. And that's why I would put them into martial arts and stuff like that. That's my opinion. Sorry, man.
That's fine.
I'm ranting on.
Let me just answer something before I just do this message. When I get my first daughter, I don't know, for some reason, I don't know why I just think I'm going to have a daughter. If I have a kid, I don't know why I think it's just going to be a daughter first. So either way, okay, I'll say child then. My first kid, I will, get them into taekwondo. I'll be honest. But like I said, to a stage where it's more of an activity, not more of a case of like it's a must. I think to a stage I will teach them that. Yes, I see what you're trying to say, but to the stage where when they get older, if I see that they don't like it,
they can go away.
I will ask. Listen, maybe like an age where they can understand, be like, do you like this? Yes, I do, Dad. Or no, I don't like it. I don't want to do it. And I'm just like, okay, fine. By all means, if it's not what you want. And bear in mind, in life, again, they might change their mind when they're older. Because, again, I'm hoping to be doing this forever. So they might say to themselves, Dad, I want to get back into martial arts. Or even so, they might be mind driven until they get to the age of like 15 or something. About, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. I've been doing this since a kid. I'm fed up. I'll be like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like, but
I know
again,
what you're
over
saying.
the years, they would have said, I loved it, and then they said, I don't want to do it. Because the minute they said they don't want to do it, I'll just be like, it's fine. It's always there for you. You know what I mean? But again, like I said, I'm not really going to write a book of my child's life before they've even come into existence, if they ever do come into existence. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah,
so,
well, I ain't gonna lie. I'm the opposite. I'm not saying that I want to make him to do that all the way through, to follow through with it. But I am different, as in like I've already planned. Like I already thought about getting a little bag. I thought like a little baby bag. I'll make the bag myself, and I could like I'll make it as a play area. I'll make him do it without even realizing it's even a that they're even doing it. Do you know what I mean? Like Craig's doing, making his boy, how he helps his boy do boxing. I'll be doing stuff where they don't even know that it's an actual activity. Do you know what I mean? That's the way you do it. You make it fun. And just like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I'll make it fun. I'll bend my arm behind my back and they go, make the fake noises. And then they start doing that. Kids love wrestling. I don't know what kid who didn't watch WWE and didn't like watch the fake wrestling, and almost practically everybody watched WWF. When you went to school, everybody said The Undertaker and Stone Cold. Everybody watched that stuff. You can make it fun. You can easily make it fun. What I was trying to say, I didn't say, after you must be a fighter. I didn't say that, but I said you must. I'm making them do this. So when the time comes as they're older and they leave, that I know I can go in my heart thinking, right, I know that they're not going to be picked on. They're not going to have people bullying him. They're not going to have this. I don't want my kids being picked on. I would hate that time. I've seen kids get picked on, and it's horrible when you see. I see my neighbor got picked on the other day, and the thing is, I can't do anything because there's kids, and I'm not part of that family. But I know for straight away, like I said to the kids, like, why are you doing that? She's your friend, whatever. But I left it at that because I can't do anything. But if I was the family members, I would, I know it's terrible, but I would teach the kids some bit of stuff because I thought, no, you're not having that. I wouldn't have a girl like picking someone. She was like saying like, some girl asked me out of nowhere, said, can you run this girl over? She was telling me to run over another girl. So, what do you mean run? I was on my bike, by the way. She goes, run this girl over. And I was like, no, why are you telling me to run over? She's your friend. And she goes, oh no, she's annoying. She was being dead. Our kids there, they don't understand society. You can't just run people over. But she was like saying some like messy stuff up. And I think to myself, like, if I had a kid, I would make sure that no one ever did that, and regardless what the kid looked like, the kid had special needs, disability, or whatever the kid was, even if he had, you got to see people who have Down syndrome, but God willing, I hope I don't have a kid that Down syndrome or anything, like that. Whatever he was, I'll put belief in him, and I would help him do things, and anybody can do anything. I always believe that anybody can do anything. But I just say, like, what I can do, I'll give him what I've got. And even more to that, I would help him make him go to Moses. I'll make him go to, like, different people like Craig. I'll make him go to all sorts of people, and he would love it. I know he would love it, or she would love it, because I just know the right people who are positive people. I've been through negative martial arts as well, bro, and I've hated martial arts. I've been through the wrong people as well, and it's just I believe that anybody can enjoy martial arts. You just have to. Not everybody, obviously. You got some people who are like really against it, but I still feel like when if someone's attacking them, they wouldn't be against it. It's just because we live in. What's that, bro?
I said I hear you.
You know what I mean? Like if someone's attacking them, they'll be like, "Oh, I wish I did that now." But it should be common. Like, and back in the day, everybody was forced to go to war. People go, "Oh, we're against that." Well, yeah, you might be against that, but maybe if we didn't go to war, we could have been overrun. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But anyways, I hate war. I hate war anyways. I don't like going to war regardless. But I'm just saying you can't control the world, but you can control what you do. So you control what you have. And not just that. I'm talking about martial arts. I talk about how to treat other people, treat people with dignity, treat people with love, treat people with respect. Treat people how you like to be treated. I'm all about morals. I'm always been about morals, but I'm also all about, even for morals, you got that one crazy guy who doesn't give a crap about morals, and when he comes at you, what you're gonna just like hope he doesn't attack you? You can't go out with everybody, bro. You just can't. Sorry, man, for going on that wrong rant.
Nah, it's fine. Don't apologize. You're just speaking your mind. Your truth. that's what your beliefs are, and that's what it is.
Yes, man. Hey, man, I'm passionate about it. Sorry, man, but I know that's controversial, but that's me, man. That's me, flat out.
All right, bro. I'm just gonna hit this message. Is that all right?
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds kind of similar to the mentality over here in the United States, as far as, you know, the parents that choose to teach their kids about firearms and stuff. You know, at least you'll have this knowledge with you as you get older. Or if you do decide to carry anything like that, you know how to work a firearm.
I don't like guns, man. I don't like guns. I hate guns. That scares me. Like, when it comes to guns, oh, bro. Like,
In
I
the
know.
US, the rules, the law is different.
Yeah.
Obviously, guns are legal. Again,
Yeah.
I don't really justify of it. Again, I'm from the UK, and just in general, like, I don't really agree. I maybe I've grown up from a time where, well, I say where I've grown up. Well, I've influenced from the old generation. If you had a problem with someone, you fight it out. Nowadays, if you have a problem with someone, you either stab them or you shoot them, basically, in result of taking their lives. Whereas back in the day, it was the case of you beat the hell out of them and shake hands and kiss and make up. You know, I'm not I don't agree with violence. I know I'm a fighter, but outside of the ring, I don't agree with violence personally. You know, if there's a way out, take the way out. You know, but yeah, nowadays it seems like the option is you mess with someone, you either gonna get stabbed or shot. You know, and that's something I just don't sort of.
This is all in reverse. I'm not teaching them to go out to be the hunters. I'm teaching people to not. So if someone does do something, that you're cool. And I should have brought in morals, but first, morals are the most important thing in life. If you teach a kid to think that everything revolves around them, like, you know, like you said about hard work gets you everywhere. But if you treat some kids, I believe they believe that, the world is, you know, meant for them. They walk around like the world owes them a favor. The world doesn't owe you anything. World owes you nothing. You have to be. And if you treat people like rubbish, and then you think, why do I get get treated so crap back? Then that's on you. You brought that on you. You know, and like I said about teaching my kids for safety. It's all out of love. It's all out of love. It's not out of doing this because I didn't do it. No, it's nothing to do with that. It's doing it because I know how a lot of this world is. And I know that you've got a lot of weird people out in the world. Like, for instance, the girl that was with the police officer recently. You know, with that, maybe she, you know, I'm not saying, because there was two people, maybe that wouldn't make a difference. It wouldn't have made a difference anyways, because there might have been, you know, that sort of stuff around, which is terrible. Everybody should be thinking with police officers that shouldn't even enter their head. When you think of police officer, you think of, you know, good person and everything. But what I'm trying to say is, if people with more knowledge of, not, and when I say, like, people say self-defense, I don't think of some sort of Krav Maga. I'm talking about pure martial arts. I'm not that, but off that topic, anyways. I know, you know what I mean. That's all crap. We're not talking about Steven Seagal stuff. You know what I mean?
But anyway, Aikido is actually the thing is, so it's a topic there. That Aikido is a very effective martial art. I'll just tell you that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a very.
Sorry for bashing it then.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's my opinion there. That's my agenda. Sorry. But yeah.
Yeah, some of the practitioners gives it a bit of not a lot of faith in the art, but it is a very dangerous art in itself. Yes, even the great Seagal can be lethal with it. But if you look at it, it's just basically throwing people, if you think about it. Obviously, there's more to that. I don't slate martial arts, but Aikido is very effective. Yeah.
All right, then. I'll take that back. Fair enough. My bad. But I'll make sure that she or he or whoever it is well-rounded. And I just hope that they do take on the knowledge. And regardless if they want to do it after at 16 or not, that's entirely up to them. If they want to continue, brilliant. They don't, great. I know, but at least by 16, if they got basic good knowledge all round.
Oh, okay. So you're going. Okay, so you will give them that option, because the impression I got before, you said like you didn't really care. You were going to teach them.
Oh no, I teach them up to 16. I said that they hate me, can hate me what they want, bro. I said this because I'm teaching them regardless, and they like it or not. Up to 16, I'm the parent. They're the child, and they as a parent, I feel like that's the best option I have for them. Knowing that this is a big thing, right? Knowing is something. When I say knowing something, I'm not talking about learning something. I'm saying knowing something. For instance, when you practice over 10,000 times a head kick, you know it, don't you? You should know it. After 10,000 times, by like 4 years of just doing one move, you know it. So I want to show some stuff so they know it. So when I leave them, that I know that they know that, and I feel comfortable that I've done everything I can up to that age to pass on as much knowledge as I can with that side as I can, and I make me feel safe. And if they want to do it, continue, brilliant. If they don't want to continue it, awesome, whatever. And I hope that my missus, I would love to have my missus to be more academic. I mean, I try my best to be more academic, but it's really hard for me. I ain't gonna lie, it's very hard for me to academic. Every day, I'm always searching on Google, copy and pasting words just to do a post. I've got to keep doing that. You know, it's terrible. Like, and I have to keep editing my posts. I edit my posts like 8 times sometimes. I look at read back, think, oh, what the heck is that? Like the T. You know what I mean? I just put dumb things. So I'd hope my missus is like that style. But I've always been, you know, I've always grown up. Actually, it's actually normal with my family. Actually, not just my dad, but all my brothers. They all do it. So to me, it's common. So
I don't know. I just hate the idea of the fact that my life has already been decided before I even existed. That's the way I got to look at it.
I'm not going to tell. Oh, bro, when I say this, I'm not saying no. They can't do football. They can't.
Yeah, no. Yeah, what you're saying is true, but you also have guaranteed them to be doing martial arts. Do you see where I'm coming from? It's a bit like, I'm just seeing this from my perspective as a human being. I'd be a bit not annoyed, but I think I'd find it a bit wow. Like I don't really have any power in my life that the fact before I even came in existence, before I was even conceived, that my first few years of my life was already planned. So therefore, that's not really free will.
No, bro. Look, bro. When I said that earlier, I said, what do you want to do? I'm always going to ask them what they're going to do, and I push them towards what they're going to do.
Yeah, of course.
But during that period of time, I'm not going to say, 12 hours a day you do martial arts. No, I'm not doing that. I'm saying during the period of the day, I'll ask them even, what do you want to do today? Do you want to? You have to do one, but you guys got to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, Taekwondo, wrestling, judo. You got to pick one. You got to pick one that today, and the next day you got to pick one of them. 5 days a week, 2 days you have off, like school. That's my time, and then obviously after that, I'll treat them. I give them treats.
I do once or twice a week, to be fair.
Bro.
Have you ever been to a Taekwondo teenies class before?
No.
So obviously, I used to teach the juniors, didn't I? At my Taekwondo for a very long time, for years, bro. Remember this? So I taught kids Taekwondo. I've even seen them grade up the ranks and stuff. The junior class. So the adults class would be on twice a week, obviously, and the juniors class would be on twice a week. Now the 3 to 5-year-olds, was it 4 to 6? Either way, the teenies, that's what they're called, it'd only be on for once a week and only for half an hour, whereas the junior class would be on for an hour, and then the adults class an hour and a half. Sometimes the juniors, if they're mature enough or skilled enough, they're join along the adults class. However, like I said, the teenies class, 4 to 6-year-olds, there'd only be half an hour for once a week. And the reason why is because they're still growing and learning, Jonathan. So it's
man. Well, me and my brother were doing it every day, Muay Thai. Muay Thai and boxing is what we did. Not even a day off. We had it every day. And at the start, again, like you said, I hated it. But as I started getting better, chucking leg kicks and then hurting. I know it sounds terrible, but if you've got a brother and you start hurting each other, it kind of sounds mad, but that's probably one of the best days of my life when we used to spar. When you start landing shots, you think, hang on, it starts to work. You're like, wow. The horrible part is obviously you're doing it and you're seeing no progress. When you see the kids start doing things, they start doing like wheel kicks, they start doing stuff like that. They will start being like, wow. Do you know what I mean? But hey.
I suppose you're different. Opinion. I suppose you're happy and you're proud of who you are today, and you're happy that your dad. Again, like I said, I would have loved if I had that myself. Each to their own human. Obviously, you in the end, Jonathan Mills, was glad that your dad, your father, made you do those things. You were 100. Happy with that, and you don't hate him. Said, "Oh, Dad, I can't you maybe do this." In fact, you're the opposite.
It wasn't just my dad as well. It was like we'd go to our brothers, and our brothers would be doing. They were like almost like 3 of my brothers are black belts in judo. Right, so we do wrestling with them. So we go to our brothers, we wrestling with the big brothers, and you get pummeled. By the way, I mean like proper pummeled. It wasn't like this is your brother. No, you got pummeled, but you love that. You know what I mean? Because you grow around up with that, and then I'd also be doing striking with my old man and stuff like that. But I wish I could. I actually wish I had more. That's why I think to myself, like, imagine it, like, if I could. I think my kids would love it. I ain't gonna lie, because of like my background and my
Yeah, I
whole
think
family.
most kids will. Most kids
Yeah.
will. Yeah, to be honest, it's fun.
Yeah.
You know.
But I'm not gonna say I'm taking them away. Like, do you know what like you said about, oh, someone wants to be a musician, mate? I'll be showing them YouTube, like, what you like. I'll be showing them, like, wherever I put them into. I say, listen to this, listen to that. Or if they say they want to do something else, I try to find out interest more into that and see what I can push them further in that. I'm not taking no away. I'm just trying to say, like, after the years, 16 years, they will appreciate, maybe not start, because everybody's a bit annoyed at the parents at the start if they push them something they don't want to do. They might be annoyed with me, right? But I know for facts, right, that later on, when they can achieve these things, they'll be appreciative, thinking, wow, I wish a lot of people, I always see people say that to me, like, oh man, how'd you learn this stuff? And let's say my dad, they go, oh, I wish my dad did that. I hate that. That's so many, and I feel guilty. They feel, oh yeah, but you don't need a dad. I always say to me, you don't need a dad. You could have gone. You can still learn now. I tell people you can. And I still believe everybody can learn now. Everybody learn now. But if I've got a skill and I'm not going to teach my kids that skill, I feel that's more greedy than, you know what I mean.
It's up to you who you pass your skills down to, though, isn't it? So it's not greedy. Yeah. It's just, if you wish to desire to pass it down to your kids, by all means, yeah.
Hey,
if you wish the opposite, some people might be like just like you, but they'd rather not bring their children into that world. Obviously, each to their own. I know what you're going to say, but it's a bit like Mike Tyson. He doesn't want any of his kids to box. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But Mike, I get with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, though, was an animal. So he's his life. I mean, I love Mike Tyson. I absolutely love Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is I look up to Mike Tyson because he's just so. Don't get me wrong. I understand his like we said about some school and stuff like that. I think he had like learning disabilities as well, so I understand that side. But his philosophy as well, I understand he doesn't want his kids to do. His kid asked him now recently. He wanted to learn, so he's doing pad work for his kids now. But I get why he didn't want to do it because he had a lot of bad experiences. You know what I mean? His experiences like with Don King, and not just that, with the fight industry and other people, how people screwing him over, stuff like that. I get that. I wouldn't want my kids to be into that. And 100%. Sorry, bro.
John, one more question on this, on the topic. Just a last one. What I want to say is, do you find that, with your parents, teachers, etc., or people in general, like when you're growing up and then when you, get from like kids, obviously to teenager, young adult, do you find that, in order, let's say you wanted to strive to become a boxer or you wanted to become an actor, a singer, or actor, or musician or some plot, do you find that it was sort of a case of that was what other people did? You don't do that. These people are just exceptional people. You don't do that. Your job is just to get a job, get married, have kids. Those are just the extraordinary people. You don't do that. Did you find that sort of vibe? Do you think that's still the vibe it is now? That other people are successful and you just live your life. You know what I mean? You don't really go towards that because it's not as straightforward as it is. Yeah. Do you find that?
What, from like
in general, like, well, I was passionate about MMA at early age. That's why I did it, and mainly with my brother, and my inspiration were like my older brothers because they're pro boxers and stuff like that, and probably from a family more than anything, not more outside. Like when I was in school, when you talk about MMA, people didn't even know what MMA was. I was talking about UFC. It was a growing sport, wasn't it?
Yeah, when I was talking about UFC, people looked at me thinking I was talking about WWE or something. Like, do you know what I mean? They looked at you like, what? You like fake wrestling, bro?
Poor John.
I
had friends to talk about UFC, luckily.
Yeah, oh mate, honest, bro. I had him towards the end, like year 11 when it started to get big, or year 10.
Yeah, same in year 11. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But one teacher said to me, like, do you know Alex Reed? Because Alex Reed was like a rally star,
a cage fighter, yeah. He was going out with Katie Price, wasn't he?
Yeah, exactly, right. And I was talking about Alex Reed, and I'm saying like, oh, actually, no, he's actually a real fighter in class. And then teacher said, so Johnny, do you think this is a real fighting? And she like looked at me like I was like something, like I had some sort of backwards something, like, looked at me like I shouldn't say that, but she looks at me like I was really, really dumb. Like I was like watching WWE and believing it's real or something. And I was like, no, like, miss, it's real. It is real. And I thought to myself, she went, oh, like that, patronizing. I was like, oh, flipping neck, this is bad. But you know what I mean? But it actually really was real, because Alex Reed was a real MMA fighter. And he fought in Cage Warriors and not Cage, he fought in Cage Rage and Bama at the time. So like, it was literally legit. But obviously, because of that, that's so no, but it was more of a niche. It didn't go to school and people loved it. People actually almost took the piss out of it. You know, I shouldn't say the word piss, but people did take the mick out of it. I remember once some guy said to me, "Oh, he was a boxer at the time," and I told him straight. I told him something, and he didn't believe me, because that's time I've grown up on UFC. My dad would maybe watch FTM, he maybe watch the Gracies and stuff, and he was a boxer. Now, if there's any boxers listening, I love boxing. Right, I love boxing with passion. But back in the day in UFC, it was almost like one art. And the art back in the day, I used to be really hardcore in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Not as much as now as I am now, but in the past I was really hardcore in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And I said to the guy, like, if we're talking about stand up only, you'll beat the crap out of me. But I said to him, if you're talking about street fight, I'm going to take you down. It's going to be one of the easiest fights I've ever had. And he was like, yeah, whatever. Like,
it was so underrated back then. I think even obviously that was after Royce Gracie, but the sport was still new. I think only now, in terms of grappling, it's getting popularity as it is, you know.
Oh, but still, people don't understand grappling today, though, bro. People still like diss grappling. They call it hugging. They call it this, that, whatever. I love striking just as much as grappling, but I appreciate all arts. But I study arts, you know. That's what I've done. Sorry, go on. Sorry, go.
There's a question on that note. So again, like you just got to talk about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and stuff. So again, you know, back to the topic, you know, like how we should live life and stuff. Do you also feel like, you know, if someone wanted to sort of be like a jiu-jitsu coach, you know, they want to do jiu-jitsu for the rest of their life, you know, do you think like people in the society would be like, oh no, you can't do that, you know? It's not
of course you can. Of course you can. And actually, when you said jiu-jitsu, there's only over 1,400 black belts in the world. That's all there is.
The skill in itself.
It's such a big market that there's in the UK we got Bradley Westermer,
who's one of the best out of it.
You got Roger Gracie, who's one of the best Gracies ever as well in Birmingham. If you want to train in Birmingham, so you can get a black belt under one of the best people in the world. And once you've got under them, they actually help you get your own school. You could even run a Gracie Barra school. You could actually run an actual academy that's highly established. So yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Well, I suppose that's a way of living life. Because imagine that teaching Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu every day. You know what I mean? Yeah. I suppose someone who works in an office job, who doesn't really like their job, but they have to do it because obviously for their family's sake. And you would do it, like you said, to a means to an end. Like you said, oh, I don't like working in shops, but hey, it means I can pay for my training. I'll do it. Yeah. You know, some people might go on office jobs. I don't really like it, but hey, I'm putting food on the table for my wife, for my 2 kids, and for myself. So therefore, I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? We have to take one for the team, and we all work hard in life, you know. And sometimes we have to make sacrifices.
If you got kids,
like you said,
if you got kids and family, I feel like unless it's not making a real living, you know, you really have to. You got to work really hard at things. I think you got to have 2 jobs. If you got kids and you really want to make that work, then you got to make sure that you got safety in it first. You know, you can't. I feel that you can't make your goal or your dream first if you have the kids and family. I think that's when it goes. That unless you're making hardcore money already, then otherwise.
But that's the point I'm going back to now. So I'm trying to say, obviously comparing 2 lives, like, you know, back to the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So, you know, you get one life where this person's training Jiu-Jitsu every day, as opposed this person who's in the office every day. You know what I mean? You think to yourself, that's what I mean. Like, how should life be lived? You know.
Proof.
You know, society would say, you know, go for the office job, have your family and friends. That guy in the office might be earning a little bit more dollar, but the guy who's obviously doing jiu-jitsu is obviously enjoying himself. He might not be earning much money, but I think in terms he's got a richer life because he's happy, he's doing what he loves. Obviously, it's very tiring because you're teaching, you know, hundreds of students every day. Yeah. Of course, you can't really have a day off. I've noticed that. It's one thing I respect. My Taekwondo instructor, obviously. Your
Taekwondo instructor is dope, though, bro. I seen some of his stories on his Instagram. He is sick. He's humble.
Yep. Honestly, I owe that guy my entire life. I'm serious. Yeah. So
Yeah.
again, what motivated me to come to training? You know, James would always say, like, listen, I have to come here Monday, Wednesday, whether I like it or not. So why can't you? See what I'm coming from? He always
100.
motivated me to training. It's like I can't just say, oh, I'm gonna be late. You know, I'm teaching.
Yeah.
But, you know, how would you feel if I just came 10 minutes late? You know, maybe I should do that. You know, maybe I should just not come on Wednesday. Maybe I should just not come at all for 2 weeks. Do you see where I'm coming from? That really hit me from young. And I just thought, you know, this guy has done this, or he's done this for 11 years now. You know, twice a week, 11 years. He's got family. He's got 2 kids. I remember like one time, like yesterday, literally, I was teaching a lesson with him, the juniors, and his child went home. He said, "Oh yeah, see you tomorrow." And I'm thinking, "Oh my gosh," like, because he's gonna be teaching all the way till like 10 p.m. You know what I mean? He's not gonna be until the next day. So it's just hard work, man. And I really respect that, you know.
100%. I respect.
And you know, he's happy what he's doing. And again, he's not just doing it for money; he's doing it for love of it, and that's the quality of life.
He's going the extra mile.
Right?
Going the extra mile, bro.
Yeah,
that's about good teachers.
That's what we talk about. You know, living life rich. You know, he's doing what he wants. He's teaching taekwondo. He loves taekwondo. You know, and like you said, he's passing down that skill set. You know, and he's enjoying it. So it's in a way of, it is very rich. So that's what I mean. So how should you live your life? You know, I think that's one way.
Yeah. I'm so sorry we went off topic, guys. If you come in, you probably think we're just a martial arts show, but we actually talked about our lives in general. I'm saying, like, again, if this is my personal opinion, I don't saying how everybody should run their life, how I run my life, but I'm trying to say that's how I run my life and how you run your life. I hope that I do believe that people who've got a quality and gifts that they should help to put, you know, help their gifts teach them to children if they're very, like, you know, for instance, teaching people morals and stuff like that and what's right and what's wrong. I think that should be a must anyways, but anyhow. But, like, you know, obviously, like, after push them for their goals. We've got a message, bro. Should we listen to the message? I was just going to
say, before we listen to that message, I was just going to say, I think that's a wrap for the show for now. The only reason I'm saying that is because I still eat my dinner after like 2 hours.
How long were you talking for? Over an hour and 46 minutes, man. That is...
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I think we covered most of what we want to say. And as we know, obviously, we're a podcast show. This is more of a freestyle. We like to a bit more natural. So obviously, in terms of planning and stuff, we just spoke on the spot here. You know, when to hear it on the part, you know. Obviously, we have other shows like our MMA show on Saturday.
I feel so bad. I thought so much about martial arts. I'm sorry, everybody. Sorry.
No worries. But yeah, that's obviously like a designated show and stuff. But yeah, we do like to do shows like this where we just freestyle talk about life lessons, life in itself, generic talks, you know, and obviously combat sports as well. And before we wrap up, we'll listen to this voice note and answer to this.
Yo, what's happening, boys? Great to see people doing some motivational stuff on here, and talking about health. Just did a show on CTE and sort of the effects of boxing and UFC and kind of things. And I definitely think you guys should check it out. It'll be on the Spotify hopefully soon. But it's good to see other people talking about stuff like that. And man, we need more motivational and inspirational stuff on Stereo, man. To get rid of these lockdown blues, man. To get rid of the lockdown blues.
Amen. Bless. Thank you, Sport Talk.
Go for it.
Bless, man. Joe CTE. Do you know one of the people who got GCTE was Gary Goodridge? You seen that, bro? Gary Goodridge with CTE. No. Oh, it's terrible, man. If you've got to get time, have a look on YouTube. And we didn't talk about that. We can have a subject. Man, I'll listen to Sport Talks first. Bless you, Sport Talk, for coming on the show. Thank you, man.
Again, Sport Talk.
That's a big topic in itself. Like, brain damage is terrible, you know. And sorry to hear that, bro. Sorry, what are you saying, bro? We got to wrap this up.
Well, I was just gonna say wrap up, but what Sports Talk was saying, you know, motivation. You know, I think that's the whole point. You know, I think motivate people to do what they want to do in life. You know, whether it's from doing like Brazilian jiu-jitsu class, you know, open your own BJJ gym, to, you know, rent an apartment, you know, owning a business, you know, working part-time in a food shop, you know, wherever it is, whatever you want to do, man. Like, just remember, it's one life. You just want to look back and you just think, hang on, did I live it too comfy? Did I live it too serious? Did I work too hard to the fact that I ignored the quality of life? I might have money now, but damn it, I never enjoyed life itself. Whereas you might get people who just live in the moment, They might not necessarily be rich, but they partied, they had fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and they can look back
yeah.
and go, I had well of a roller coaster. You know what I mean? I might not have Lamborghinis and stuff, but hey, I did as much fun as I could possibly can. It's like, you know, if you play safe, you know, what'd you do? Honestly, guys, whoever's listening, you just do what you want to do. I always
100.
think age is just a number. That's one thing I just want to wrap up here. I always feel like once you
Yeah.
hit a certain age, you can't live your life anymore. I feel like it's like once you hit 30, that's it, you're dead. It feels like you have to be, you know,
100.
you work your job, you can't explore anymore. You have to have kids by now. You have to move up by now. You can't do adventurous stuff anymore. You know, I think, you know, I remember I went to a job interview. Sorry, I know I said wrapping this up. I was going for a job interview back in 2018 for a Volkswagen dealership job, and I was up against a guy who was like 55. No, he's like 52 or something. Do you know what I mean? All these young people here, and there's him. He just want to change a career. You know what I mean? Good on him, man. Actually, I
good.
got the job. I didn't get that job, but good on him, man. Thank you.
Poor Aaron,
I love seeing stuff like that.
That's true. It's inspirational. That's true.
You know, changing the career at that age. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, some people change job after job after job. But I mean, like that sort of life changing stuff. You know, doing things. You know, moving country. I like people who do these spontaneous things. I always feel like, you know, you should be locked to, I can't do this now because I'm this age. You know, age is just a number, man. Go for
100.
it, man.
You can do anything.
You know, if you're 30, it's too late. Listen, the average age people die is about 90 or so. 30, that's a baby. I'm sorry.
Still, no, you're right. You're right, bro. You're right.
You know, 30 years old, that's a baby in terms of living life. You know what I mean?
Man, I love this chat about living life. I'm sorry for bringing it on to martial arts, man. I can't believe how I got onto that.
Well, we can always relate martial arts to life. I think that is being your life, as you said, bro, and mine as well. So, as we say, you know, this podcast again, we can always do a talk on how martial arts influence our life and our decisions. You know, that's one for the future, maybe. But anyhow, John, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna have a nice evening to go bed.
Thank you for everybody listening. So thank you for everybody who listened or put input. I really appreciate that. So thank you guys, and thank you
guys so
Aaron,
much. Thank you, John. Honestly, that was a nice chat, nice little debates here. This is literally what I live for, man. Honestly.
Hey, bless.
All right, then. Bless, John. Have a good night. Take care, my friend, and I'll see you on Saturday at 6 p.m. UFC 260. Steve Miocic versus Francis Ngannou will be there.
Bless. Thank you, Aaron. Take care, brother.
Take care, my friend. Good night. Good night, all. Thank you for joining in.